Please like and subscribe to what? What?
What is Lilith Fair?
It's a music thing for people
Named Lilith?
who like Lilith music, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is Burning Man a thing where people like fire?
Not anymore. They had some real trouble this year. Apparently, the orgy tent burned down.
So,
Actually, orgy dome burned down. They had to move it.
why did they have an orgy dome at a Burning Man?
They had to move it, I think, to a
First word is burning.
Volkswagen microbus.
It's a bunch of rock and don't light a match. I don't know. Sorry. I now wish I'd never inquired of thou.
Yeah. Please like, subscribe, and follow This Is True Really News. If you have any comments, just drop them right where you catch us. If you've got something longer, something that needs to have where you need to have your soul bared a bit. First, get an OnlyFans account. Then, OnlyFans soul account. Sollyfans. Ooh, I like that. I could make $100. In any case, I don't need you for this, by the way. If you have something longer, send it to us at TITR@netradio.network. I think Sollyfans is a good idea.
Great idea.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Verkinnes. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
Come get me when you're done.
I are done.
You are Finito Mussolini?
Finito is, yes. Mm. Found a dollar bill and my face was on it.
As Sam's Club,
Okay.
that's not Costco. Sam's Club is Walmart.
Yes.
As Sam's Club workers in Atlanta, that of the Georgia persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another Atlanta? Is there like an Atlanta, Maine?
I don't know. I would imagine there must be somewhere.
Atlanta, Idaho?
There's a Minneapolis, Kansas.
Yeah, it's probably not near as stupid as... My wife didn't like Kansas, by the way.
Why?
Well, they were only driving through it, but she said it had the weirdest collection of windmills and oil derricks. It just looked weird to her.
When you get into the hinterlands,
why would you have that with that?
Because
That's
the land
stupid.
isn't being.
That works.
Yeah, but the land isn't being used for anything else. They can rent it to.
And then I saw a video of a truck.
Yeah.
Whoever was driving that truck, man, applause and plaudits, man. He was moving one blade for a turbine, one blade. 18-wheeler. It had when you tried as a kid to carry long stuff
for the big wind turbines.
The big wind turbines.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
And now they've started to make them more like propellers.
Yep.
Remember the first propellers you had on the little planes you would make out of balsa wood?
Yep.
And they were flat.
Yep.
And then by the time we were done doing that, they had changed it to be more aerodynamic.
Right.
Well, they finally apparently started doing that with the wind turbines. This thing had to be 2 blocks long.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're huge.
He's trying to make a left turn.
And they don't break down anywhere, so you throw them in landfills when their use is done.
So they're good for the ecology.
Yeah. The Germans, I think it was the Germans who came up with a better one. It's shaped more like a big screw. And it doesn't, the wind can blow from any direction and it moves. And birds are killed less.
And when there's no wind, you get no electricity. But that's another story.
Yeah, that's a different issue.
Where was I? Sam's Club, Atlanta. That's what threw me off.
That's them.
They prepared to close their store. It was July 10th.
1941, a date that shall live in infamy.
Well, no, it was 2024, but yeah. Okay. A family of 3 women arrived 2 minutes before closing time, hoping to order 2 pizzas, according to WSB TV. Workers politely told the women it was just too late. Tried to summon a manager, but before they could, it became an action movie. And Andriana McKnight, the mother, moved into the kitchen and punched Sierra Monroe in the face. The daughters also came into the kitchen, joining the fight. Other customers tried to break things up. It must have... Did no one video this? Why have we not seen this? It's over a year old. Why haven't we seen video? Monroe said the blow to her face has left her with a scar, and she would like more security at the store, please.
Thank you.
He said, I just feel like we need to have security from the moment we open to the moment we close every day.
Because there are crazy people out here.
They're open every day. And for 2 pizzas, I got mashed in the face.
And with physical damage.
I just want the video.
I really do want to see that.
If I'm in that kitchen, I'm grabbing pizza pans and things, and I'm going all swingy on their faces.
Oh, I'm going all pizza chef on their ass.
Or, if you carry.
Yeah, throw one of those big pizza stones at them.
Or that.
Like a Frisbee.
I was thinking I would try the police line. Freeze right there. And if they don't, they will.
Yeah, it'll take them a while to cool down. From History Facts.
I'm not going to kill them. I'm going to do what they do on TV and shoot them like in the leg.
Uh-huh.
I saw Tom Cruise do it.
Well, it's because it's written that way.
Rodney, I shot you through the leg. It's through and through. Didn't nowhere near the femoral artery. You're going to be a hero.
So the first thing you need to know in order to understand Victorian England's wheelbarrow craze is that pedestrianism or competitive walking was all the rage in the US and UK in the late 19th century. You, the man in the back who's looking old.
Did we all know of this wheelbarrow craze in Victorian England?
We do now.
Huh.
The sport produced some of the first...
Queen Victoria is a surprising lady. I'm just saying.
The sport produced some of the first celebrity athletes, complete with collectible cards and brand endorsements.
This is how we got the wheelbarrow races?
Amid this trend, a Scottish former circus performer, well, of course he was, named Bob Carlyle, saw the potential to make a name for himself after seeing an American walking celebrity who was doing a tour of Britain. In 1879, Carlyle announced he'd be walking from Land's End in Cornwall to John O'Groats in northern Scotland and back, a journey of more than 1,600 miles.
That's a lot of miles.
Not really, when you consider the scope of the United States lower 48. You can go 1,600 miles and never be in the same state.
Yeah.
Anyway, the former tiger tamer wasn't content to win on walking alone. He decided to push a wheelbarrow the entire way, a stunt that garnered large crowds and plenty of press attention. He's not just walking, he's pushing a wheelbarrow. My God, we must see this.
Yea, and verily.
Copycats started to appear during his journey, including an 8-year-old and 11-year-old walking little wheelbarrows about 13 miles from Newcastle to Sunderland in England. See, if little kids can do it, it's just not that big a deal. The papers started calling it a wheelbarrow craze in the autumn of 1886 when 2 competing wheelbarrowists named James Gordon and Sawdust Jack started racing to London. Gordon had the longer journey from Dundee, Scotland, but Sawdust Jack departed from Newcastle with a heavier wheelbarrow and a much later start. Only Gordon actually finished.
Probably wasn't getting up at the same time every day without an alarm clock.
Exactly. Only Gordon actually finished, but the crowds went so wild upon his return to Dundee that they smashed his wheelbarrow and nearly killed him. Nothing says we love you like a sound beating. Carlyle, in the meantime, who was at sea at the time, missed the whole thing.
Of course he did.
The race for long-distance wheelbarrowing fame and fortune drew all kinds of people, including a singer hoping to pick up gigs along the way, a one-armed man with an adapted wheelbarrow, a miner with a 336-pound load, and a woman pushing not a wheelbarrow but her 8-month-old infant in a perambulator.
You know what, Skoo?
A perambulator, pram.
Oh.
Baby buggy.
Got it.
And she had rubber baby buggy bumpers. Alas, as with most fads, the public eventually lost interest and crowds started dwindling in the summer of 1887. That's why we sent out our This Is True Really Crack investigative team, and they discovered there was an attempt to revive the sport by adding roller skates to the equipment list and some new rules allowing wheelbarrowists to bump other contestants. It's now considered
roller derby wheelbarrow?
It's considered by many experts to be the forerunner of modern roller derby. You're welcome. Now remember, it was our crack investigative team that discovered it.
Yes.
Just keep that in mind.
There's a reason they're a crack investigative team. In South Zanesville, Ohio, the fire department simply had enough.
Wonder if there's a South Zanesville in other parts of the U.S.
Probably. Right near Atlanta, Oregon. Actually, Atlanta, Oregon is probably the county seat of South Zanesville.
This is our luck, yeah.
Maine. The South Zanesville, Ohio Fire Department had enough of Keisha S. Kennedy. The 34-year-old pled guilty July 12th to felony disrupting public services, felony making false alarms, and 25 counts of misuse of 911.
Does she live in the American
Isn't
West?
misusing 911 a felony?
Well, it depends. If it's pretty funny, I suppose it could show up in a police blotter somewhere and be worth something.
Officials said that's not what I meant. Officials said that starting in 2020 and lasting through 2024, Kennedy called 911 nearly 400 times, multiple times a week, sometimes more than once in a day.
Is it the only number she knew?
I'm wondering.
Hi, I'd like to order a pizza. Yeah.
Hampering.
Hello, I'd like to. Would you send a cab my way, please?
The official said it put a hamper into their ability to service people with actual emergencies. How? Workers at Genesis Hospital were forced to triage Kennedy every time she arrived, although she was repeatedly told that there was absolutely nothing wrong with her. I would argue that.
There
is something wrong with her.
Absolutely.
Kennedy had a record of similar behavior, by the way, in 4 other Ohio counties.
Imagine that.
And they all said she was okay enough to stand trial. She did. She pled guilty. I've been looking. I have no idea what the sentence was. But
answering the phone for 911.
I would certainly take away her phone privileges.
Somehow, some way.
Anyway.
And now from the Good News Network.
There is one?
Yep. It's goodnewsnetwork.com.
Who knows?
So this is wonderful. Scientists have used the root system of mushrooms to create a composting toilet that is odor absorbing while creating over 2,000 liters of fertilizer and soil a year.
That's a lot of fertilizer.
Separating solids from liquids and processing each in different ways using fungal mycelia. The toilet can currently be found in the University of British Columbia Botanic Gardens, called the mycotoilet.
The what?
Mycotoilet, M-Y-C-O toilet. They missed it. It should have been the mushroom stool.
All they had to do was ask.
Or the fungaloo. For our British counterparts. It was developed by Stephen Hallam, a professor of microbiology at UBC, and Joseph Dahman, the project's lead, and an associate professor at the University School of Architecture. I've almost said agriculture. We want to turn
start with an A. So yeah.
We wanted to turn a daily routine everyone knows into a pleasant experience that reminds us of our connection to ecological cycles. Yeah.
We did?
This gobbledygook is...
We do?
The waterless toilet...
Why did we want to do... What?
They think it will be fun that it doesn't stench. The waterless toilet separates liquid from solid human waste, with the solids ending up in a mycelia-lined compartment where laboratory tests say 90% of the odor-causing compounds are eliminated.
Sure.
The feces are then converted, slowly, but surely into soil.
You mean soiled?
No, soil.
Duh.
Soil.
Duh.
Soil.
Duh.
Drat, he has as many does as I have soils.
I have does coming out of my earlobes.
I got a whole bag of duh here with your name.
I just bought some.
600 liters of which can be generated in a year of use, with the liquid waste creating some 2,000 liters of liquid fertilizer.
In the year of what?
In a year of use. So,
year of use.
yeah, one of these stalls or fungaloos can be just never mind. Not all wastewater treatment plants in the U.S. or the world can produce fertilizer from the waste they collect. In many instances, it's merely sanitized within regulatory limits.
Is that like a bragging right at
Right?
conventions? I don't.
In many instances, it's merely sanitized within regulatory limits and dumped into the sea or rivers in the form of effluent.
Yeah.
Here is the magic quote.
Uh-oh.
Waste is a function of our values. There's just I never thought I'd hear a statement such as that in my entire life, but it should
Up
be
until a few years ago, whoever said it would have the doctor right behind them in their little lab coat saying, "Come on, let's go back to your room."
Well, here's what I'm going to read the rest of it, and I just want you to think of politicians. Okay, just keep politicians.
I already have been. We've been talking about this substance.
Waste is a function of our values, and if we can rethink what we value in this context, there's lots of useful material in these effluents, and we can recover that. Then we're adding value back and creating a more circular model for the economy and our lives. So composting those
is now
effluents in Congress, in a fungaloo,
without stench.
I'm for it. Yeah, because the stench sucks right now, let me tell you.
Seeing it's hard in Minnesota to tell, is it from St. Paul or is it from Washington?
Yes.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.